The Chicago Bears have made some more finalizations to their roster and depth chart ahead of week 1 against the Tennessee Titans, as we now know who will for sure be returning kicks and punts for this team, at least for the beginning of the season. This has been a key area of concern, not only punting the ball, but also returning over the last couple of years from various different fumbles, bad decisions that put the Bears deep in their zone, just not good overall. But Ryan Poles went out and improved this room and added 2 individuals, one moving an individual into a preferred position and adding one of the best punt returners over the last couple of years in the NFL. So Richard Hightower, our special teams coach, is feeling very confident about it. And no, these guys are not Devin Hester. I feel a lot better about the kick return and punt return situation for the Bears, and you guys should. I'm going to break that all down. But hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Brody, and as always, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to run through the 2 returners for the Chicago Bears, along with an updated injury list as it starts to get a little bit longer, and I'm starting to grow slightly worried about it. But here we go. Let's jump into it. And quickly, before I begin today's show, if you want to enter our Caleb Williams autograph giveaway, make sure you like this video. You have to continue to like the videos. If you've already liked one, you still have to like them all, along with subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and comment below in the comments section, bear down in order to enter. So we have our official kick returner, and that is Velus Jones Jr., the third-year man out of Tennessee that was drafted as a wide receiver and is playing a variety of different positions for the Chicago Bears, is officially kick returner 1, which I love this move for Velus Jones. Someone that almost didn't make the roster. We saw on Hard Knocks someone was trying to trade for him. There was discussion. We had to give him another look. He has been all over the place, emotionally roller coaster for the Chicago Bears nation, especially Ryan Poles, as he wants to make this guy work. He was a 3rd-round pick for us a couple years ago, but he's doing really well at running back, and he does really well on the kick return, which is why I'm excited about him, because he absolutely kicks ass at this. He is a top 5 returner over the last 2 seasons in the NFL, averaging 27.4 yards per return, and that's without the new rule, keep in mind. So the new rule, he's going to be able to even rip it up more, and we've seen that 2 times this preseason for over 35-plus yards on returns, and if he were to get one more break, he probably would have returned at least one of them for a touchdown. In 2 seasons, he has over 1,042 kick return yards, which is huge, and is 3rd in the NFL. And on top of that, that was with a ton of touchbacks. Just keep that in mind. Again, this new rule is going to be a huge advantage to Velus Jones in the special teams return unit. I'm excited about, because Velus Jones is a big returner, runs as fast as he can every single time. Kind of reminds me of Cordero Patterson when he was on the Bears, just a big, mean returner that can bulldoze over people and just runs like a bull down the field. Like, he scares gunners on special teams. So really good stuff here, and I love this for him because he's on this roster. He appreciates being on this roster. He's a great locker room guy. You know, he's definitely grown on me during Hard Knocks, and I would love to see him break one, especially week 1 against the Titans. So I think this was a great move by Richard Hightower to officially make him punt returner 1 or kick returner 1. And I'm excited to see what he does on the kickoff this upcoming season. Now we also have our official punt returner, who is DeAndre Carter, who we signed right before the beginning of camp. He's a +2 that he's also a pretty decent slot wide receiver, because he is one fast veteran at 31 years old and knows this league really well. He's been one of the better returners in the NFL over the last couple of seasons from a kickoff and punt return perspective. And in 7 total seasons, he's actually played for the Bears in his 2nd year, and he did pretty well there. But in total, during his career, he has a 9.8 yard per return average, which is pretty darn impressive considering how many fair calls we see and how fast gunners get down the field. He still gets an extra 10 yards, which is very greatly appreciated, especially to a Bears offense over the last couple of years. I wish we would have had that. He also only has 1 fumble during his career, which is huge for the Chicago Bears, even on fair catches. So he gives that reliability. He's a solid player, a good veteran to have. And I really like what he's done in his career. Over 1,200, almost 1,300 return yards from a punt return perspective. He had one go for a touchdown, but it was called back, unfortunately, due to a block in the back. But again, that 1 fumble is so key. It's been a huge problem for the Bears. Velus doesn't do well with punts. He can be a punt returner. We've seen him muff 3 over the last 2 seasons. DeAndre Carter doesn't do that. I also like that he brings various different depth. He can be another returner on kick return too, which he does well at. He does have a career kick return when he was with the Washington Commanders. So things are just looking very positive. Both key improvements of the area of the kick return and punt return, especially bringing in DeAndre Carter, who's a good veteran to have. And maybe he can help out Rome Odunze, who we've seen with punt returns. We've seen Tyler Scott do it. He can help improve that room and be a mentor this year for guys who are going to stick around a little bit longer because he is only on a 1-year contract. But solid move in order to solidify the punt return game as well. Now, before I get more into today's show, I would like to announce that we are having our first watch party of the season, week 2, against the Houston Texans at Rizzo's Bar & Inn in Wrigleyville, presented by Freshie Organic Tequila and Authentico Organic Tequila. Doors open at 5 p.m. Tickets are $20, which gets you 1 drink. So practically you're getting your drink paid for along with your entry fee and a donation to a local Chicago charity. Make sure you go to the link in the description now to get your tickets today. Make sure you email me if you have any questions. Bring your friends, bring your family. It's going to be a ton of fun, and I can't wait to meet you guys. Now, this is what I am not looking forward to. The Bears' current injury list is pretty darn long and a little bit uncomfortable, to say the least, as it has grown over the last day. So quickly going to go through that with you guys, starting with Keenan Allen, who has a heel injury. He's been limited the last 2 days. In tomorrow's video, I'll be breaking down if he's playing or not and what his status is. Kron Amagaji, that quad injury, he has been practicing, though, which is great. Ryan Bates, who has a shoulder injury, was a full participant today, so he's heading in the right direction, which is key for the Bears' offensive line. Second-year running back, Rashawn Johnson, has a toe injury, has been limited the last 2 days, but I expect him to play. Mercedes Lewis, a 40-year-old veteran, they're just not practicing him. He doesn't need to. Defensive lineman Zach Pickens, who's dealing with a groin injury, has also been limited. Montez Sweat, who is a big one, has been limited with a toe injury, but he said during his press conference that he expects to play. And DeMarcus Walker, who was full participant on Wednesday, was limited on Thursday due to a groin injury as well. Hopefully, we have our 2 starting edges available. That's a big hurt, but Austin Booker gets his time to shine at least because these guys are definitely going to be in and out of the game. So overall, for the Chicago Bears, great news that we solidified our punt and kick return game. We also have a solid punter in Torrey Taylor. So our special teams looks really solid this upcoming season. I feel a lot more confident about it because you can't give the ball away. You have to be able to get better field position for your guys. And with the new kick return rule, I hope Velus Jones returns the opening kickoff for a touchdown. That would be electric. That would set the tone for the season. And I truly hope it happens, and I'm sure you guys do too. But overall, I'm more concerned about the injury status right now. You know, Montez Sweat and DeMarcus Walker are our starting edges. You have Andrew Billings and Javon Dexter Sr., who are healthy and up the middle, which is great. But we need Montez out there. We need to put pressure on Will Levis. That's what's going to help create turnovers because the Montez Sweat effect definitely put into factor. We were the number 1 team for takeaways in the entire season last year, but in the second half alone, we got that status. He needs to create pressure. We need that pressure, and we brought Darrell Taylor. We have Chris Williams now, too. We have the ability to get pressure on the quarterback, no doubt about it, but Montez Sweat obviously being a Pro Bowler and All-Pro, we need him to be out there. So I'm praying that that injury isn't too serious, and he will play like he said in his press conference, but also DeMarcus Walker, too. I want him out there. He's a solid veteran. He can switch things up. He's going against his former team, so I would love to see him rip it up as well. But a lot of things going on for the Chicago Bears right now, something to keep an eye on. So I'm excited about what's next for this team, and you guys should be too. But I want to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. Again, please like this video if you haven't already, along with commenting, bear down in the comment section below, and help us hit 18,000 subscribers. We're 300 away at the moment. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. But with that, thank you as always for tuning this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Brody, and as always, bear down, baby.